deadly flu outbreak has devastated South Korea, claiming the lives of countless individuals. The streets become scenes of horror, with corpses scattered everywhere and society descending into chaos. With no burial space remaining, the government resorts to stacking the corpses in a massive stadium like garbage and incinerating them all at once. 3 weeks earlier, the outbreak began in Hong Kong, where a shipping container packed with illegal immigrants is being prepped for secret transport to Bundang, South Korea. During inspection, one man is seen violently coughing, but despite this, the container is cleared for departure. Later, 2 brothers, Byung-ki and Byung-woo, open the container upon arrival in Korea and are shocked to find all passengers dead except for one survivor. Unsure of what to do, the brothers record video footage of the scene and take the lone survivor into their truck. They stop at a grocery store, where Byung-ki goes inside to buy supplies. While he's gone, the survivor escapes. When Byung-ki returns, he finds his brother coughing heavily and the survivor gone. He gives up the pursuit and rushes his brother to a nearby clinic. At the clinic, the doctor prescribes routine medication and advises rest. But Byung-woo's condition deteriorates, and he inadvertently infects people around him as he coughs. Meanwhile, Dr. Kim is enjoying a rare day off with her daughter, Miro, when she receives an emergency call from the hospital. She leaves Miro in her mother's care and rushes to the emergency ward, where she finds Byung-woo in critical condition, bleeding from the mouth and covered in rashes. Kim suspects it's the avian flu, but soon the medical team discovers a video on Byung-woo's phone showing the dead bodies in the container. Despite warnings, Byung-ki forces his way in and breaks down when he sees his brother has died. He embraces the blood-soaked body, unknowingly smearing his hands with infectious blood. In the chaos, he touches multiple staff members before being restrained. Elsewhere, Miro gets bored and leaves her house and almost gets hit by a car. But the escaped survivor, Monsai, rescues her. She notices he's starving and offers him food. Though Monsai warns her to stay away due to his illness, Miro insists on talking to him. As he begins coughing again, she runs for help and is assisted by a man named Jiku, but Monsai disappears before they return. Meanwhile, the virus spreads at lightning speed, and the city's hospitals become overwhelmed with patients. Dr. Kim joins a KCDC team to locate the original container and burns the remaining bodies. However, rats that had been feeding on the corpses escape, further threatening to spread the virus. Top doctors from across the country gather for an emergency meeting and determine that the virus is a mutated form of the H5N1, capable of killing within 36 hours. They urgently recommend placing the city under quarantine to prevent national and global spread. During this time, Jiku takes Miro to a supermarket for food. They bond over lunch, sharing personal stories, but chaos erupts as customers begin collapsing, bleeding from the mouth. Jiku rescues a woman falling from an escalator, but loses track of Mireu in the process. With the virus out of control, communications collapse, and a forced quarantine is implemented. Government officials and doctors evacuate to Seoul to continue research, but Dr. Kim decides to stay behind until she finds her daughter. She calls her phone, but Jiku answers, informing her of the events at the supermarket. Kim rushes over but is devastated to find Miru gone. As panic sets in, looting stores and violence break out, prompting the military to intervene. Amid the chaos, Kim and Jiku manage to find Miru and escape the building just before the supermarket is locked down. Outside, Kim urges Jiku to come with them, but he declines, saying he must stay and help others. He hands her his car keys and returns to assist in freeing those trapped inside. That night, supported by US forces and the KCDC, the Korean military enforces a full lockdown on Bundang, and all residents are moved to a quarantine camp. In Seoul, an emergency meeting is held where officials and international experts conclude that all citizens must be tested and separated based on infection status. Those without symptoms will be released, and the infected will be isolated for treatment. At the quarantine camp, Dr. Kim arrives with her daughter, only to find the facility in a dire condition. The place is overcrowded, people are visibly sick, many coughing up blood, and panic fills the air as everyone fears becoming the next victim. While tying Miru's hair, Kim notices red rashes on her daughter's neck, a possible sign of infection. Regardless, she takes Mireyu through the medical checkup and into the isolation area. Elsewhere in the camp, Monsai is finally discovered by the authorities. Upon examining him, doctors are astonished to learn that he has survived the virus and developed natural immunity. They quickly call Dr. Kim to begin working on an antibody, since she's the only expert on the virus within the camp. After some hours of hard work, she successfully extracts the antibody from Monsai. Later that day, Kim sneaks into Monsai's secure tent and performs an unauthorized transfusion of antibodies from Monsai to Mireu, who has now fallen critically ill. Not long after, guards break in, sedate Kim, and take Mireu away for isolation. In another part of the camp, Jiku sees soldiers transporting a child's body and fears it may be Mireu. As he follows them, he reaches a horrifying area where bodies are being wrapped in plastic for mass cremation in a stadium now turned into a giant incinerator. As flames engulf the corpses, Jiku hears Mireu's ringtone. He follows the sound and miraculously finds her still alive, wrapped in plastic. Back in the camp, tensions reach a tipping point. When a soldier shoots an infected man, the frightened crowd riots and storms the facility. During their escape, they witness Jiku rescuing Mireu from the fire pit, realizing the authorities are burning the infected alive. The outbreak of chaos causes medical personnel to abandon the site, choosing to relocate their research on Monsai elsewhere. They ask Kim to join them, but she refuses, determined to find her daughter. During their departure, Byung-ki sees Monsai, and driven by grief and revenge for his brother's death, fatally stabs him. As Kim desperately searches the camp for her daughter but fails to find her, she reluctantly joins the departing medical staff. Meanwhile, in Seoul, the president observes Bundang descending into full-blown chaos. Under pressure from a UN official named Schneider to eliminate the infected, the president chooses restraint and instructs the army not to fire until an antibody is confirmed. Tragically, hope fades when Monsai dies in the ambulance, and the only chance of creating a cure seems lost. The vice president commands the military to stop the flow of refugees approaching Seoul. In the resulting shootout, many civilians are killed, but Jiku manages to escape with Mireu, who is now feeling much better, indicating that the antibody works. Elsewhere, Kim is stopped by soldiers, but insists that her daughter holds the cure. One soldier escorts her to a command base to speak with the president. She explains that Mireu is fully cured and may hold the key to ending the outbreak. Moved by this, the president instructs the army to cease fire. Schneider, however, isn't satisfied and instructs them to continue shooting. Kim eventually reaches the border and spots Mireu among the crowd. She runs to her daughter, but as she crosses the containment line, she is shot under Schneider's orders. Before any further shots are fired, Mireu throws herself over her mother, pleading with the soldiers to stop. Her bravery and innocence touch the hearts of the soldiers, and the military lowers their weapons. Enraged by the soldiers' defiance, Schneider calls in an airstrike. The president, refusing to allow this, orders his forces to shoot down any aircraft entering Bundang. A heated standoff ensues, but eventually Schneider backs off. The president then goes live, vowing to develop a cure and protect his people. In the final scenes, Mireu is transported to Seoul to help produce the vaccine, while Kim and Jiku stay behind. The movie concludes with a news report confirming that a vaccine has been successfully developed and Bundang will be the first region to receive it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and join the club.